think that's everybody's back now.
Right, everybody, I'm up last, and I'm quite privileged to be here, more privileged than probably anybody ever could realise, and I'm actually alive, and I'm grateful for that, considering being diagnosed with colon cancer last year. I'm just going to show you a little bit of a video first, and then I'm going to come back to talking to you and sharing. Just have a little bit of patience with me for a moment. Thank you. Introduction of where I've gone from being diagnosed with colon cancer last January 2018 to where I am sitting in front of you today. Now I'm also going to share with you that I'm 2/3 deaf, and I forgot my hearing aids this morning because we dashed out really early to get down here. So if you have any questions at the end, I am going to bring my MD David on because I don't want you to waste your breath yelling out something at me. And I will say I haven't got a clue what you're saying. So I'm not going to apologise for being disabled, but I'm going to apologise about forgetting something like my hearing aids. And I do think it's important to acknowledge that right at the very beginning. I'm going to suggest to absolutely everybody that you get private healthcare. And I really do mean that. I'm a total supporter of the NHS, but if I didn't have private healthcare, I would probably be stage 3, stage 4, maybe terminal right now. I had private healthcare. I went to my doctor in August 2017, and I asked him for a private referral form because I had lots of symptoms. I just had a previous surgery. I got private healthcare a couple of months before that, after 2 major surgical procedures, and I thought the next one's going to be cancer. And I genuinely did think this. So I sat in my car and thought, you need to get private healthcare. Got it instantaneously. Went to my doctor in August 2017. He assumed, well, actually I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't listening to what I was saying. Whatever I was saying, he didn't examine me, he didn't look in my face, he wrote down things that I wasn't saying, and he assumed I had what they call is like diverticulitis. If anybody knows anything about the colon, diverticulitis is a disease where if you get a flare-up, you go to A&E, you're admitted, you get antibiotics for 3 days. It's quite a serious condition, and that's how they treat it. He decided that that's what it was and wrote on my referral to my private healthcare that that was what was wrong with me. And I was livid, and I really do mean livid, because he hadn't even looked in my face. And he also stopped me from using my private healthcare because it was an old condition. And yet I was paying £50 a month for this. So if anybody knows me, and there are some people in this room know me, I am like my hair. I am assertive, I am feisty, and if I think I'm ignored, I will do something about it. And I did do something about it. I insisted I was fast-tracked. Fast-tracked in the NHS meant I waited until December of that year, and I got a scan. And the consultant that saw that scan, I guarantee you, knew that I had cancer. He said to me, literally, you will have cancer in a year, I will refer you immediately to your private health care. And that's what he did. He said, you will not have a colonoscopy until December 2018 on the NHS. And I want that to sink in, because in January, I was diagnosed with stage 1 colon cancer. Within 2 weeks of being referred to my private health care. And yet, if it had been January 2019, there's a very good chance. I don't even know where I would be. I can guarantee I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. Because I should have been stage 3, stage 4 by then. It's not the NHS I have an objection to, and I want to be very clear about that. It's the organisation. I had my surgery done in the NHS. I lost half my colon last April. This week, last year, I had a stoma reversal. Literally this week. Now on the NHS, you wait for 18 months to get a stoma reversal because of the waiting list. And the danger of stoma reversals is septicemia. People die from the septicemia and the risk of infection with a stoma bag. And I kid you not, the hardest thing mentally for me was actually that going from being able to go to the bathroom like any normal person to being not able to do that and having to have a bag for 9 weeks. On the NHS, it's 18 months to 2 years to get that stoma reversal because of the waiting list. It's not the consultant. My consultant was absolutely phenomenal. And having my half the colon removed in April the 19th, also meant that my private practice, as you can imagine, stopped overnight. And I've been a private practitioner since 2013, and my practice has thrived. I've taken my son around the world on my practice as a single parent, and I've done amazingly well in private practice. And you know why? Because I love therapy. I love what it does for people. I love how it changes their life. It's one of the most passionate things, if not the most passionate thing, in my personal life. The way I feel about it, I can't even begin to tell you in words. Because you know what saved my life? Being self-aware meant that I went through last year in the most amazing way. And all the things that got said to me, you're brave. That was the hardest thing for me to hear all the time. You're so brave. Me, brave, was the fireman that runs into a building and saves somebody from dying. Me, I had an amazing consultant. My MD had a standing joke with me. You know, your consultant is your confidence. It was. I listened to him. I didn't have a choice. It was a choice of live or die. I chose to listen to my consultant. I absolutely wanted to create what we've created. And that meant me appreciating my life had to change. I went from really good finances to nothing overnight. Nothing. And when you go from really good finances as a single parent to nothing, I kid you not, that is a nightmare to go through. And the stress with the benefits agency, I now realise why people commit suicide. And I really want that to sink in as well. The way I was treated was the most disgusting I think I've ever been treated, ever. The stress that they caused me was worse than what I went through having cancer. And I really do mean that. I had an officer stand in my home after I had lost half my colon, and I'm surrounded by medication. I'm surrounded by stoma bags. There was everything everywhere. I couldn't really do that much. I wasn't physically capable. So you had boxes of stoma bags, and with stoma bags comes an extortionate amount of equipment. And I do mean a lot of equipment. If anybody knows anything about stoma bags, it comes with a range of things. And I had a ton of medication, 30 tablets a day I was on. That man asked me to break GDPR regulations on my clients or not get help. Actually said to me out loud, if you don't give me your clients' names and details as to who's paying you, why should we help you? Now my response to that, because I believe in confidentiality to the absolute max, despite being drugged up to the eyeballs, was who the hell do you think you are coming in my house and telling me that I may have to inform on a client that might be sitting next to you in your office? Really? You want me to break GDPR regulations? I don't think so. You can have the top of my bank account. You will never get my details of my clients' names. And it took over 3 months to get 1 pence out of the benefits agency. 1 pence. Because they literally did not act like they believed the word that I said about having cancer. And when you're really ill, I'm a really strong individual. But when you are on 30 tablets a day, and you are really struggling emotionally because of the physical situation, I kid you not, if that man stood in front of me today, I would have torn him to shreds assertively, but I would have bloody well done it. But on that day, when he left, I sat and cried. And for me to sit and cry, when I wasn't crying over having cancer, but I was crying over being treated like an absolute piece of dirt. And I really do mean that when I say that. So, getting through the cancer was actually for me, ironically, it sounds difficult, but actually for me it was really easy. And it was my self-awareness that did that. I decided the day that I knew, and I knew when I got the phone call, in fact I knew when I had the biopsy. You get a biopsy, your consultant says to you, it's grown into the next layer. Now, I'm not pregnant, so I know nothing else is growing in there, and I'm not stupid. But I didn't say anything to anybody. I waited until the biopsy was actually done, until it was actually guaranteed. But I decided that I would accept every thought and every feeling I had during that process. Everything. No matter what that feeling was, no matter what that thought, I consciously went, you know what, you'll get through this. You got through everything else in your life, you'll get through this as well. And you know what, doesn't matter what you think, what you feel, you've got your self-awareness, so use it. And I kid you not, it was that self-awareness that people said to me, why are you getting through this so easy? It must be terrifying. My attitude was, it doesn't matter whether or not it's terrifying. I accept that it's terrifying. I accept that I'm scared. I accept that I don't know what's coming. And honestly, I can't lie, the 10 days that I spent in hospital, I'm going to share one graphic story with you. And I was smiling. So it's going to sound horrific, so be prepared for this. But I think it's important to share what self-awareness does. And it shows you where we're going with our membership and what our membership is about in relation to self-awareness. I've spent at this time, I've come out of ICU, been about 5 days in hospital. My kidneys were failing and nobody knew about it. And I was desperate to get into the bathroom, absolutely desperate. I wanted water on my face, just something to make me feel clean. Now bearing in mind, I am drugged up to the eyeballs, so I don't even know what time of day or night it is. And I've asked the porter, I said to him, please, just take me to the bathroom. And he puts me in a wheelchair after arguing with me for about 10 minutes, bless him. Gets me to the bathroom, I put the first piece of water on my face. I kid you not, that was like heaven to me in that moment. That water was the most incredible feeling when you come out of ICU, you're vomiting non-stop, your colon is frozen, you can't eat, you can't drink, and it's an horrendous situation. That water was literally like heaven to me. He gets me back to my bed. I get up the next morning. What I mean by get up is not properly get up, it's wake up. And I stood up, trying to practice to walk, because that's the idea with recovering from surgery. And my stoma bag burst all over me. Now at this point, I'm psychologically not very good with the stoma bag. So I'm also now, what do? And I'm literally standing there with tubes coming out of me left, right and centre. I'm vomiting with disgust over myself, and I just literally don't know what to do. So the nurse sees me, completely panics. They run and get me a wheelchair, run me into the bathroom. Now at this point there's tubes coming out of me left, right and centre, and the male nurse runs off to go and get the female head sister. Now this, to me, I can smile at this, but it really does sound terrible. Now I'm naked underneath this gown, but this gown is covered, no disrespect, in shit and vomit, and I've got tubes everywhere. And I can't physically move either. So I'm sitting diagonal to the door, and the head sister Aisha comes running in, because it's an emergency situation, risk of septicemia. And she's yanking out tubes out of me that I don't even know were in me. And then she said to me, whoops, I forgot something. Goes belting it out the door, runs off down the corridor. And I'm looking at the door, and the door starts to open because she hasn't closed it properly. And I am literally facing where somebody would have walked past and they would have seen me in the worst condition. And you know what? I'm very proud of this. In that moment, I watched that door. And as I watched that door, I looked and I thought, you know what? Thank God for self-awareness, because you've got no control over any of this. And you know what? Thank God you have the self-awareness to recognise that it's okay. It doesn't matter what's going to happen. It doesn't matter who sees you. It doesn't matter what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. If someone comes by, let it go, because there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. But thank God you recognise what you're thinking and feeling up here. And for me, I can't express to you how much of a profound moment that was for me, to use my self-awareness. Not panic, not stress, not be horrified, not be anxious, in fact smile at my knowledge and my ability to use my self-awareness. And this is where, when I came out of hospital and recuperated, I met David Sleep, who is a coach and a brilliant one at that, thinks better than most psychotherapists I know, and I'm not going to say differently, he does. He supported me every single night through that, but in the process of that, we were talking about A&A. A&A was a name that I made up. I had no idea what I was making up. I looked at it through Company's House, nobody had taken it. I looked at what it meant. It meant I've actually forgotten what it meant. Torchbearers,
teachers, leaders.
Yeah, leaders, teachers, torchbearers, motivators, people of change. And I thought, quite like that. That's exactly what this whole day has been about. Change. Changing the systems, changing the way we're seen, changes how we're perceived, changing the dynamics, changing everything that Maria Albertson is putting together, what Tara's achieved alongside of her. And you know what? That's what we decided to do. We decided to create a membership that is based on the standard protocols of 450 hours. It is an accreditation, but there is a self-awareness verbal conversation. There is not one organisation out there that talks about a verbal self-awareness. And for me, no disrespect, I personally believe self-awareness is what makes the best kind of therapists out there, not the qualifications. You can have 20 degrees, but if you are not self-aware, how do you separate your stuff from clients? How do you deal with a client that's angry at you without retaliating at that individual? How do you resolve conflict? How do you challenge? How do you be at your absolute best? And for me, my passion is therapy. My passion is the relationship between myself and me, which relates to me and my clients. Some of you know me in here, a lot don't. The people that do know me know I am ridiculously passionate about what changes therapy can bring to somebody's lives. It changed my entire existence. And it got me through last year in a way that I could never ever put into true words with you in this room. I'm sharing with you, but honestly, I can't tell you what it was like waking up smiling. And that wasn't just because of the drugs. It was because every day I said to myself, remember you accepted what you thought and felt, and it doesn't matter what you're thinking, it doesn't matter what you're feeling, you will get through this. And I truly believe having a mindset like that allows people to get through things that when they hear it, they think, how did I? But truth be told, when I look back, I think it was the power of having a brilliant therapist, the power of having a brilliant supervisor, the power of being educated in ways that my childhood did not give me. My childhood is horrendously traumatic, but with brilliant support, brilliant help, brilliant therapy and brilliant self-awareness, I'm incredibly proud of going through what I went through last year, which sounds crazy to say I'm proud of what I went through. It's not what I went through I was proud of, I was how I managed it and how I worked with it. And what came out of it was A&A. Because I don't want one of you in this room to have to go to the benefits agency like I had to last year. I don't want any one of you to be treated in the way that I was treated last year. I want every single therapist to have differing options in relation to employment, whether or not it's passive income coming in, whether or not it's increased opportunities. Our membership is run and going to be run more and more and more by therapists. If you like, the inner locus evaluation, but on a company level, run from the inside out. We have supervisors as part of our package. They earn out of helping other members in relation to emergency supervision. We put this question out and said to people, what do you think of emergency supervision? 9/10 of people came back, why would you want that? What's wrong with using your own supervisor? My brain goes, so your supervisor is at your beck and call 52 weeks of the year, every single night and every single day. Yes, they ought to be there when they can be, but are they not entitled to a break? Are they not going to be sick at some point? Are they not supposed to value their time when they are sick or unwell or unable to help you? But you know what? Our package has got brilliant emergency supervisors. Let's provide it as an option. We have David, who's the coach. David gives help in relation to business in a way that I can't do this on my own. We need therapists to do this with us. So our aim is exactly what we've achieved, which is wanting to change the face of therapy across the whole of the UK. In less than 1 year, we've created a brand new company, and bear in mind, I've only been back at work. How long? Since really November?
Yeah.
Round about November.
November you started coming back.
Absolutely.
But
so in less than 7 months, we set up an interview between Windy Dryden and Irving D. Yollam. Proudest moment of my career, other than actually working with clients and their successes, having those two men help us because they know me. They know David, they know our passion for the therapy world. Irving D. Yollam. If you see our video on our website of me talking to Irving D. Yollam, you'll see a child that is so happy and excited because less than 6 months earlier she's diagnosed with cancer, not even sure she's going to live or die. And here she is talking to one of the most famous therapists on the entire planet. And better still, it helped us for nothing. Simply because they know me and David. And in my life I haven't been helped that much at all. So to be helped by Windy Dryden, who's a fantastic supporter of ours, as well as Irving D. Yollam. Irving D. Yollam. The man that taught us how to connect soul to soul with individuals and appreciate our clients. IUI for short, I'm always getting it wrong. But to actually have that man chat to us, and honestly, please watch that video. I can't take my eyes off David, not because of anything else, but because I was so excited, I didn't actually know what to do. These two men were saying, we will help you for nothing apart from, I know David, I know you. So Windy suggested, let me do an interview with IDY, let's set it up. My head was going, 8 months ago I'm in ICU, less than that. Here I am talking to these two men. It is incredible for me. And And you do, you just see me in complete childlike state, completely excited.
Starstruck.
Even I have to laugh when I look back and see it. I would like everyone in this room to appreciate your private practices can be brilliant. Don't make my mistake. I got lulled into a false sense of security. I've taken my son around the world on the back of my private practice. Because I love therapy. I love the relationship we can have with clients. The power of it and opening up somebody else's mind's eye is the most amazing thing on this planet when you achieve it and you love what you do. Because honestly, when I get emails from someone way down the line, 10 years down the line, saying I've had babies, I've got married, thank you. I remember for you from when you were 15, they're talking about themselves, by the way, and sharing with me their progress. That is what I do, It's a vocation for me. It means everything to me to see that change. And I changed in a massive way last year. And I thought to myself, you know what better way to use what I went through last year to help every one of you look at the membership that we're creating, which creates employment for you. It's not just about having a full private practice. That's what I had. Try going to that to nothing overnight. Because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, because I didn't know what tomorrow was going to bring. And I want every one of you to have passive income coming into our CPDs that we've got online, which is about creating money when you're sitting there, whatever the circumstances. To build up a company that represents therapists in the way that we deserve to be represented and valued. We give value to clients. What about the value to ourselves? What about our self-awareness? What about our passion for what we do? Do we not deserve not to be stressed in the same way that we're teaching our clients not to be stressed? Isn't that what we deserve as well? Because if we don't treat ourselves the way we are treating our clients, then we're not being congruent. We're not giving to us in the same way we give to others. And don't we matter just as much? Isn't that what we're supposed to represent? Look after ourselves, show them how to look after themselves. People say that clients take the echo of the therapist's voice with them when they leave sessions. As in the therapist says something, they hold that voice in their mind. They use the therapist's confidence to build on their own confidence. Well, if we can't show what it is to value ourselves, I don't know what we're doing. And honestly, I learned that lesson through private practice, through cancer, to having nothing, to thinking I want to make it better for every therapist out there. I want everyone to have not just a full private practice. I want everybody to have passive income coming in, employment opportunities. And the best kind of therapists are the ones that are self-aware. You can have 20 degrees, in my opinion, doesn't make you self-aware. Accreditation is not about self-aware. Our accreditation is about having an assessment, a verbal assessment, and we have brilliant therapists that are helping us do that, that earn out of that opportunity. And the more we have come on board and join us, the more that we'll do assessments, the more that we'll run CPDs, the more that we'll promote their own workshops. All we want you to do is take our paperwork today. Have a look at what cancer created in me, because by God it created change. In a weird way, I'm not regretful that I went through it. Because if anything, it's increased my confidence 1,000-fold over to make it better, not just for clients, but for the profession as a whole. So that we are not treated the way we are being treated at the moment. In my personal opinion, I think we are being treated in a really sad way. And this whole day has been about change. The whole day, every single person that's spoken, whether or not it's been Jane, whether or not it's been Joan, it doesn't matter. Everyone has mentioned change, development, creation, difference, changing your perception and making it better for you all. Well, that's what I want for every single one of you sitting in this room. And I can't give any more to the profession other than myself. And I'm giving it to you right now in the best way that I can by sharing what I went through. And please don't ask me one question because I won't hear you. And I mean that too. But if you do have any questions, because I'm passionate about what we do, and I know you hear that because every single person tells me how passionate I am. Because I am. Because I've changed. Your lives have changed through therapy. And clients change through therapy. But it's through the relationship with the client that makes that happen. And it's through valuing ourselves and representing that value to them. And what better way to do it than make a membership that is a true level of congruence, empathy, and appreciation, and UPR to ourselves. And for me, we deserve that. And I say that from the sincerity of my heart.
Every single one of the people in this room deserve that for themselves. Every one of your clients. And even if you have 1 or 2 clients, if you have 25 clients, they deserve that from you. Yeah. Everything that we do, every time we sit down and work out what's the next step, it is always about what's the benefit for the client. Because if we can help professionals get to a point where what they're doing impacts on a client directly, then those clients that are growing out there, that need professionals, are going to grow in their confidence to go into a professional. At the moment, Joe Public is going, do you know what? I don't want to speak to you people because the presentation is wrong. And if we don't change that conversation, it won't matter how many of us are in the room. We've got to get it right, and we've got to get it right for clients.
And that means getting it right for yourself as well. So I truly appreciate you letting me have this opportunity, Maria. I really, really do. Because I haven't got the time to tell you everything that I went through last year. But by God, it was not much fun. And I really do mean there's nothing funny or good about cancer. But to be sitting here in the week where this time last week I was having a stoma reversed is like a miracle to me. A real miracle for my personal life and most importantly for my son. That's what I live for, my son, therapy and the relationships I have around me. Because that's what therapy taught me, to change my life and have amazing relationships with people as human beings. And to accept them for who they are and work with them. So I do really appreciate you taking the time out to wait. A lot left. I'm really bloody glad you lot stayed to hold on and hear what I had to say. And please, if you get lots of multiple symptoms over a period of time, please go and get yourselves checked out. You would not have believed I had cancer last April when I went and had my surgery. But I had nothing that would have said that you had cancer. I had multiple weird things being wrong with me for a year. So if you get anything like that, I'm asking you, go and get a colonoscopy. It's one test, force it to happen. Because you're worth it. Because if I'm worth it, you sure as hell are. And I mean that. If you saw me last April, if you go on my Facebook, go back to what I looked like it last April. And the amount of times people said, you look so well. You know what I did? But that's cancer, it's a hidden disease. It grows. You don't suddenly become ill overnight. It's when it's stage 4 and it's too late. Your lives are worth it and you've got one. Please live it in the same way that you would bloody well sit in front of a client and challenge a client to go to a GP. Look after yourselves. And I say that from my heart to every one of you. And I really appreciate you taking the time to be here and wait right until the end of the day. So thank you. Please go out and take a leaflet, see what we're up to.
Does anyone have any questions for Siobhan? No, not sure.
No?
So I think all we've got to do now then is do the prize draw before we go. There is, on the way out, there's little goodie bags, if you pick one up. There are cakes in them, but they do have wheat in, and possibly nuts, so I just have to mention that.